Okay, the next one is, there's been a lot of talk recently, and with the new season coming up soon, has Drive to Survive actually been good for F1?
I know one of my friends, he got into F1 because of Drive to Survive. And he was complaining that a lot of F1 fans were not complaining, they were hating essentially. Like, he received a bit of hate.
Yeah, there is a bit of like superiority with like.
You came in from like Drive to Survive. I don't like that. Like, I don't like that.
I find it funny, to be honest. But it is a bit harsh.
I think it brought a lot more attention to the sport. Like, I think everyone knew about F1, but like not everyone watched F1. Now a lot more people are watching F1 because it's like, the sport is the way of sport is way more entertaining. I think now people have realized, everyone I've known who's watched the last race, they always say that, no sport has been as exciting as that race was.
Yeah, you said this to me last time, and someone actually said that to me now, like quite recently.
So I'd say that's good, because it actually introduced a lot of people to that side, to the sport and stuff. I'd say it's also bad in the sense that Michael Massey feels forced to, take it, create drama where there's no drama.
Yeah, there's the negative side. The first thing is the divide it makes between the fans, where it's like, there's basically the split between fan bases isn't Max versus Lewis or something else. It's before Drive to Survive and after Drive to Survive.
It's massive. The difference.
So yeah, it's a bit rough with that.
They're letting I don't know if it's Drive to Survive or Michael Massey being incompetent. It's one of them. I think it's more leaning towards him just being bad at his job.
It is, yeah, but also at the same time he came in after Drive to Survive times.
Yeah, so I think that's not fair. So, see, I don't think it's fair then to kind of grade him on it, in a sense. Because it could be just because he's bad, and rather than Drive to Survive as the reason. That's the thing. I think if we had a really good race director, like Charlie, I don't think we'd have these issues now.
We wouldn't have the racing and stewarding kind of issues, but do you think we wouldn't still have the...
I think the fan stuff is still good.
The fan stuff as well.
It was way more respectful before Drive to Survive. After Drive to Survive, people are just they basically look at Max and whatever he does. He didn't do anything wrong, he's great. If he's a Lewis fan, Max is always wrong, even if Lewis is the one who's actually wrong, Yeah. And so I hate that. I actually hate it. It makes actually going and looking at any post online just disgusting, because it's just the amount of hate.
Honestly, scrolling through Reddit to find some of these later questions that we had made me want to die. It was so bad. I don't know. 1 minute it's anything that praised Lewis would just get hated on completely, and then any mention of Max at all would just have full blown attacks at his character, his personality.
Yeah, I don't
go over the top. It was. I don't know. It was a bit mad, but. I feel like we were almost going there anyway. I feel like once the next generation of people became F1 fans, it was going to happen. So...
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
DTS, I feel like, accelerated it. But
yeah, a lot. A lot. But yeah, I don't think you can just blame the show for it.
What else there? So, what else has Liberty caused though? Because that's what I was going to say, yeah, so outside of the race director and stuff, you said Charlie would have got rid of some of the problems that we have now. There's also other things that you couldn't control though, the calendar stuff.
Oh, no.
Moving things around, having Abu Dhabi last, he can't...
No, he doesn't I think, even with that stuff, it still would have been fine. But I think, the big issue is, the on-track stuff, the driving, the issue with, stuff that. Abu Dhabi, Brazil, Saudi stuff. If you eliminate that stuff, I don't think the calendar is as much of an issue.
That's a good point, yeah. Actually, yeah, that makes sense.
It doesn't really, obviously you're going to have dead tracks Abu Dhabi, you're always going to have dead tracks. But, that's just going to be that's always going to be the case.
It was the season finale when he was in charge. And
exactly, and it was fine.
It was
still okay. You had that Lewis and Nico battle, but then, Lewis usually closed it out quite quickly. You had, interesting, was it 2014, I think?
Yeah, it went to the end in 2014, yeah.
So it was a bit interesting. You got a few interesting races.
Yeah, true. I guess the
2010 as well.
Oh yeah, true. But that's the thing. So I guess if the driving. So what you're saying is which I kind of agree with. Yeah, if the driving is good and if the stewarding is done well, no one really cares.
Yeah.
Like, 'cause everything else is just. not as
People
important,
will
really.
still bicker. People
Yeah.
will still be like, but it's not going to be as bad as this year, where it's like, you know, when Max crashed, it's like, oh, Lewis is trying to kill him and like stuff like that. Like the accusations that came afterwards were like he's trying to kill him, basically.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I don't.
The
get
thing
that.
is that, yeah, I don't even want to get into that. But yeah, you're completely right. It just goes a bit over the top. We'll move on to the next one before we get too much into that.